Division of fractions. Okay, so we have a rule of fractions. Let me rewrite this one where it's easier to read. So I have a fraction divided by a fraction. I can have a fraction divided by a whole number divided by a fraction. Either way you go about it, we're going to use the same rule. Rule. I'm going to say rules for dividing by, I'm going to say fraction, and I'm going to put S in the parentheses because it could be more than one fraction, or it could just be one fraction, a fraction and a whole number, however it is written. So we're going to, 1, keep the first term the same. We're going to change from division to multiplication. And we're going to flip the second term. Okay, so let's do this first one. I said we're going to keep the first term. This first one is 1/4. We're going to change from division to multiplication, and we're going to flip the second term. Now we got it taken care of. It's in multiplication. Now we ask ourselves, is there a number on top that reduced with a number on bottom? In this case, no. So we multiply straight across. 1 times 7, 4 times 2, and that's my answer, and it's in proper form. So I'm going to skip this one, and if you want to work it, you are more than welcome to. I'll write it down where you can read it. Let's do this other one. This other one says I have 2/3 divided by 4. Well, to help myself out just on this particular case, I know that 4 is written over 1. So it's a whole number. So now let's go ahead and abide by these rules. Keep the first term, change division to multiplication, and flip the second. Now we ask ourselves, is there a number on top that will reduce with a number on bottom? And sure, there's 2. 2 goes into 2 once, and it goes into 4 twice. Right? So now I have 1 times 1, 3 times 2, and that's my answer. So I'm going to let you do this example on your own, and if you have any questions or need any help, please write it down, email me, ask me during our go-to meetings or in class, or however you can catch me to ask me this. Feel free to ask, or ask your instructor or any math instructor. So I'm going to do this one here. This one here is more messy. It's a complex number. It's complex because, 1, it looks like a mess. 2, we got fraction involved in a fraction, right? So I see that this 2 is a whole number, so I'm going to go ahead and write a 1 underneath it. And I'm going to take this fraction right here and rewrite it. I got 1 over 150 divided by 1 over 100, and still it's going to be multiplied by this 2 over 1. I want to clean this up before I mess with this 2 over 1. So I'm going to use that rule. Keep the first, change division and multiplication, flip the second, and now what I have, and if you notice I used a little dot here and it used an X, and they're the same thing, it's multiplication. I really don't like using X's in multiplication for the simple fact is that sometimes we use X as a variable to solve for something. So the more you get in math, you gotta be careful with the X. Okay, so let's just rewrite it. I got 1 times 100 over 150 times 1, all times 2 over 1. Well, 100 is 50 times 2. 150 is 50 times 3, all times 2 over 1. 50 reduces by 1. Then I have 1 times 2, 3 times 1, times 2 over 1. And now look, is there a number on top that reduces with a number on bottom? And in this case, no. So I have 4 over 3. And that's my improper. And that's it.